you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. So, what do you get to wish today? Happy something. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming. Take the earplugs out. Okay, we'll try again. Can you hear me better now? I'm turning every switch on this machine to full volume. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, any better? Can you better? Can you hear me now? Thank you. So thank you everyone for coming to this simcha, to this celebration. We're extremely happy to see so many happy faces here and so many good friends and family members here. It's very exciting to be celebrating this beautiful celebration with such good friends and family. I want to give a special thanks to some of my relatives who are here, to my father-in-law, my father, my mother-in-law. My father came from England. My mother-in-law came from California with two of her children from California, especially for vacation. To my brother and his kids who just drove up 95, apparently going 85 miles an hour. Anyway, well, somehow they made it. They left at 2:30. And all our other friends and family members who are here. It's really special to be with all of you. So I'd just like to share a few words and explain what we're going to do. And I just read an anecdote, a story. It's a famous story which I read today. I just wanted to share it with you. Many years ago, about 250 years ago, the founder of the Chabad movement, which we represent today, hopefully, the founder of the Chabad movement, his name was Upshernish Adar. He was once in the house with his son, the Mendel Rebbe, who was the person who took over the next leader of the Chabad movement. And his son was very busy studying late at night. So I'm getting the details wrong, someone correct me. Okay, but anyways, his son was studying. And I'm not sure what kind of crib it was Graco or something like that. The baby fell out of the crib. The baby started crying. Okay. So the baby started crying, and his father, who was this dog bear, was busy with his studies, and he had no idea that his son, his little baby, was crying. And his own father, who was the founder of the Chabad movement, Upshernish Adar, had to go and disturb him from his studies and like, your son's crying. And he told him, no matter how busy you are, how involved you are in your studies, you cannot ever ignore or not hear the cry of a child. And sometimes in life, we get involved in so many things. We need reminders, that our children are something that are the most important thing. And I think, the Upshernish, the third year celebration, is something which is special two ways. It's a very special celebration for the child, which is the main reason why we do the celebration. Because the child, when he begins to identify himself and understand who he is, we begin right away to educate him with who he is, his identity, that Torah and mitzvahs are part of his life. We give him a yarmulke, we give him his first haircut, which we'll talk about. And right away, we want to give him a reminder of who he is and let him connect with his identity. But also, I think it's a special thing for us. It makes, sometimes you think a third birthday, what are you making such a big thing for? A big party? It's the last thing I want to do, right? But it's a third birthday, is something special. Education in Judaism is not a second thing or a third thing or a fourth thing of importance. Education is the number one most important thing in our life. Our own children are the most important thing. And that's why for our children, we're meant to do everything we can to make it special. And just this week, we are celebrating in a couple days another big holiday, the holiday of Purim, which we're very excited for, of course, because Purim's always been one of my favorites. And one of the things, the unique things about Purim, we find that the leader at the time of the Jewish people, Mordechai, he gathered 22,000 Jewish children together to study and to pray. He was the leader of the Jewish people. He was a member of the Sanhedrin. But he didn't delegate this job to someone else. Instead, he himself went and taught and spent time with the children, educating little children, because it says that these children, their prayers and their studies will actually help the story, or the merit that helped the story turn around. So I think in Judaism, this again shows there's nothing more important than our children and how we educate them. And that's why the 3 years old, which is the landmark when a child begins to understand who they are. Mendel, right? You know who you are? Mendel, you're a boy or a girl? What? What? A boy. And what are we going to do today? And right, Mendel knows, he's been waiting for this for like a few years already. Anyway, but I have one memory, I maybe shared it last time, I had one memory of my own Upshernish, which was a few years ago, it was about 30 years ago. So I actually have one memory, it's to do with chocolate, but I have to share it because my Upshernish is something that stuck with me for many years. I remember as a child, my Upshernish was in the living room of my house. It was a little smaller than this room actually, just a little. And I remember my great uncle had come over from England, and it was his turn to cut my hair, and I was busy eating a piece of chocolate cake. I still remember what it looked like. And all of a sudden I was told that someone's about to cut my hair. I had to go and leave the cake. I was with my brother Shmuel, who's not here. And I went to have my hair cut. I stood in the chair, and I remember I came back to the table and it was gone. And I'll never forget that piece of cake. But anyway, either way, I'm not sure if it's because of the cake or because of the haircut. I do remember my Upshernish, the third birthday celebration. That was a landmark event in my life, and I want to say to meet my son Mendel that it should be a very special celebration. And thank you all for coming to help it make it this way. So as he begins his education, his journey in Judaism, this will be a very special memory for him to inspire him, to invigorate him, and all the other good words that you meant to say. So l'chaim everyone, someone open some wine. Can you just pour me a little wine? The bench. Are there extra chairs around anywhere? Is anyone sitting in this chair? There's a chair here. Pass the rubber back in the back. No, down there. Not for me. I don't need for down there. Thank you. Okay. L'chaim everyone. We shall all have lots and lots of happy celebrations to celebrate together. And in good health. L'chaim. Mendel l'chaim. Okay, so now we're going to need this chair actually, Hannah and Shani. I'm going to ask you to stand up. So it's customary to begin the ceremony of cutting the hair. We honor a Kohen, a Levi, a Levite, and then a Yisrael. So it's a tough choice to make. It's really a tough. Who am I going to honor? Who am I going to insult? But it kind of gets easy because my father is a Kohen, so that takes the choice away from me. But anyway, just one more thing I'd like to mention is that I forgot to bring something which I wanted to read tonight, but I actually have one more thing from my Upshernish. From when I turned 3, I have a letter that we received from the Upshernish Adar, where he had actually, my parents had sent him an invitation letting him know that we're doing our celebration. And he actually wrote a letter back to our family, giving us a blessing and some guidance to my parents on how to raise me. And I'm not sure if they followed the instructions exactly, but I wanted to just share that letter because the letter contained blessings and guidance for how to raise me as a good child. I forgot to bring the letter, so we're just going to ask God that those blessings should continue in my own children and in all my children, and Mendel. And once Mendel just took a little break, he had to go somewhere. I just wanted to make one more announcement that just perfect timing because he saw his teachers and he had to go and take a break. But I want to give a special thanks to his teachers who are here, Mora Eti and Nora Michelle. Thank you for coming all the way from Brooklyn. And thank you for taking care of him so well every day. We know we leave him with such trusting hands. Even when he gives a little cry when I leave him, I know it's okay, you know? So thank you, and I also want to give a thanks to the school where he attends, and Rabbi Nagel's here. So, thank you, Rabbi Nagel, for providing the wonderful school, and to your grandmother, Mrs. Cement. And Mendel's back from his break. Okay, great. So, did I skip anything, anyone? I forget. No? Did I miss? What? Sorry if I forgot anything. Okay, good. And if I forgot anyone, because really, okay. Yeah, it's just the nerves. Okay, so we're going to start now. And I'd just like to explain that in the Torah, there's a special mitzvah that we actually leave when we give someone a haircut. There's a custom for the male to actually leave the sideburns. Some people leave them very long. some people even a little bit. But one of the ideas of this mitzvah is that a Jew should know who he is. You have a special marking or an identity, something that identifies you, that makes you aware and reminds you of who you are. So that is the purpose when we do the first haircut, is actually to remind the child of who he is, and he begin to know who he is. He did not want to wear the clips. I told him, I convinced him, the last time you're wearing clips, don't worry, and he agreed to put them on. So Mendel, should we start? Yeah, you ready? Okay. So I'm going to ask my father as a Kohen to come up to cut give the first cut. Okay. And hold on the chair. Okay. Okay, Mendel, are you ready? Okay, ready? Thank you.
Oh, they know.
The scissors don't work. Okay. Okay, we have another pair of scissors somewhere. Okay. Do we have a lady in the house? Lady? Anyone else? Lady? Lady? Oh no, someone who's... Okay, Roman, thank you. Roman's gonna be the lady in the house. Thank you. 1 second, Patrick. Oh, Zaidi.
So Duncan, yeah.
It's also customary that we give the child a coin to give to charity. So here we have some coins we're gonna give him. Here, that is takes that. And everyone give him. Do a mitzvah each time he does it. Mendel, put in the pushcart. Yay, good job. Mazel tov. Okay, Robin. You need a picture? No. Don't break your camera. Okay, fine, that's good. Anyway, the back, to the back. What? No. Okay. It works? Thank you. Mazel tov, Robin. Rabbi Fogelman? I want you to cut. We're going to ask Rabbi Fogelman from Chabad Nedic to do the third cut. You're Yisrael, right? Still. And also I'm going to ask him, he found the copy of the letter that the Rebbe would send to children who turned 3. He found it on his iPhone, I think. So he's going to share it with us in a minute. Thank you. We have more scissors somewhere. I bought them at Walmart, the scissors. I don't know. There's more scissors somewhere. Okay, just
Special photographer.
Okay, something? Okay, I'm going to ask Rabbi Fogelman once you're up here. Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah. I'm going to ask Rabbi Fogelman to read the letter from Okay, Rabbi Fogelman's going to read the letter that Rabbi Schneerson would send to children who turn 3.
Thank you very much. By the way, Mazel Tov to Rabbi Freeman and Shana and family. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be part of this. It's kind of a beautiful, beautiful custom of Jewish people. To read the Rebbe's letter. This is the Rebbe's letter that was read, that was sent all the time to boys and to the family that was getting Upshernish. In response to your notifying me of your son's 3rd birthday, may it be God's will that you raise him and bring him to Torah, marriage, and good deeds amidst abundant blessings. And the Rebbe took a signature, then he would write a note. I would like to quote a portion of a letter of my teacher and father-in-law, the previous Rebbe, Rabbi Yisrael Schneerson of the righteous memory, about the custom of cutting the child's hair at age 3. And he wrote like this: concerning the cutting of the child's hair, the Upshernish, among Jewish customs, it is considered a matter of great importance. Its essential aim is to teach to wear payas on the sides of the hairs, on the side locks, from the day that the child's hair is cut, and from that day that his payas are left, it is customary to train him to wear tzitzis and recite the morning blessings, the benching.